Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Long time no see. I know it's been several months now since I made a video, and I haven't abandoned the channel. I've just been really busy with some home improvements, and for the last year or so we've been building a whole new basement with bathrooms down there and stuff like that. My office has moved. I had to renovate a room for that, and it's just been an incredibly dusty environment to live in, and the camera gear has all been packed away. But now I'm back. I've got a new office. Just finished putting it all together, so now I can start making videos. In the time I've been away, I have been reading all your comments and questions, and been replying to many of you. And I talked to one user who has the YouTube handle Footnote with PHOOT, Footnote, and he was talking about the rear dial problem, where it starts skipping values and it doesn't work very well when you're doing full manual mode and you want to change your ISO using that wheel. And I suggested a workaround, and we talked about that, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to make a video just to show how you can do that workaround, and just describe the problem to start with. When you're running in full manual mode, you're usually changing three values. Well, you are just changing three values. That's your aperture, your shutter speed, and your ISO. So let's say this camera is now in full manual. You've got it dialed over to M, and you are adjusting the ISO setting yourself. So this, in a standard setup, this would probably be your shutter speed. This would be your aperture. Rock that back and forth would be closing and opening the aperture, and this will be changing the shutter speed faster or slower. And then the rear dial would probably be operating the ISO value. The problem is, this rear dial is one of the problems that the Ricoh GR3 series has, and it becomes unstable and starts to skip values and just race around, going from 1000 to 100 and up to 6000, and just basically being very unreliable. So one workaround to get rid of that problem is put your ISO somewhere else. Some people like to also use automatic ISO and then use exposure compensation. But just remember, exposure compensation is a made-up metric. It's not real. What exposure compensation does, if you want a lower exposure, it's just going to change one of the other values anyway. It's going to change either your ISO and reduce that, or it's going to increase your shutter speed, or it's going to decrease your aperture. Well, that's all exposure compensation is doing. It's manipulating one of the three underlying values. So my advice would be skip exposure compensation. If you're going to shoot manual, just forget about exposure compensation and do this instead. I'm on M for manual here, and the camera's on now, and you can see these symbols at the back. In manual mode, the rear dial, that's the first symbol, that is my shutter speed, and when I jog that, you can see I'm changing the shutter speed down there, and it's affecting the exposure. This little gauge over here is showing the current exposure. It says I'm overexposed because it's picking up reflections from the lights. Now it's underexposed like that. So over, under. Front dial, this one. This is going to change the aperture. Right now it's on f3.5. Rotate to the right, closes the aperture down and shows a different, bigger number. Open it all the way up to f2.8 on a Ricoh GR, and that's as bright as it will get using that. Now, you can change the ISO here if you so wanted, but sometimes it doesn't work. What you can do is press your jog dial in and set your ISO values up here. That way you can change your values there. You can use the wheel as a wheel if you want, if yours still works good, but you can also use it as buttons. The 6 o'clock and the 12 o'clock positions will let you scroll through values for your ISO. So let's say I want 400 there. Select that, press OK, and we're back in shooting mode. So that's one way of doing it. Now, if you want to see where to do that, it's in your customization menu. So just hit the menu button here, and we're on the C for customization. We're on page 2, and it's this one, ADJ adjustment mode setting. Press that. And these are the 5 icons that appear across the top when you use this as a button and press in. And there you can see I've got ISO set on option number 4. And if I wanted to change that, I would either press to the right here on the wheel to go further into the menu, or just hit OK. I can change it to any one of these settings here, but I'm just going to keep it on ISO for now. Press the menu button to get back out. Now I'm back in shooting mode, and yeah, that's how you can do it. Adjust your ISO at the top, and then you don't have to use this wheel. So that's just a little workaround, and thanks to Fruit Note for bringing that one up, and I'll see you all soon with another video. There are new videos coming, and I look forward to conversing with you guys again. So any good tips like that, drop a line in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.